Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the formerly Beard Bros podcast. Unfortunately, there is already a podcast with a very similar name that we didn't know about, Super Beard Bros podcast. So we've had to have a little bit of a name change, and we've decided on what I think is the rather brilliant name of the A.T.A.N.A.T video gaming podcast, A.T.A.N.A.T, or All the Awesome Names Are Taken. Yeah, do you see what we did there? Because we couldn't come up with anything better. So there we go. So I'm Hackbeard, and I'm joined once again today by my brother, and that is Pvt Wiggles. Say hello.
Hello, boys and girls.
There we go. Right, okay. How you been this week, Tom?
Yeah, been good, man. Been good. I'm tired. Been doing a few YouTube videos, and I've been streaming a lot, so I'm pretty knackered.
Cool. All right. Well, fair enough. Okay. I guess we'll just get straight into things then. So, section 1, just like last week. What you been playing? What games you been up to?
Still been playing pretty much Black Desert exclusively because I'm still trying to figure out this game for when it gets launched in Europe.
I thought you'd now, yeah. The interesting thing, I remember we were just obviously discussing this podcast, this episode earlier in the week, and you said that when we got to this section, you weren't going to have much to talk about. Although you did say that it's launched now, didn't you? Say it's already launched now.
It is launched in Korea and Russia and Japan.
Right. So what changes does that mean for the podcast? For the game then?
What do you mean? Well, when it comes over to Europe?
No. I mean, like now that it's launched, anything new?
Oh, no. It's been launched in Korea, Russia, and Japan for months and months.
Oh, okay.
We're waiting for it to come out in Europe and North America. We're waiting for it to be westernized, basically.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so you're still just basically playing the same and waiting, yeah?
Well, yeah. I'm trying out Russia for the first time today, just to see what it's like, see if it's full of hackers.
And is it a
no,
cavalcade
actually, it seems better than Korea so far.
Okay.
Actually, so if anyone's actually wanting to try Black Desert Online, I'm leaning more towards Russia already, and I'm only level 20, and it doesn't cost a penny to play the Russian version. You can do it completely for free.
Oh, they've got a free-to-play model, do they? Ah, right. Yeah,
yes,
I think
they do.
You mentioned this last week. Okay, so here's a question for you. In terms of the installed user base on either like the Korean or the Russian, how many of them are Westerners like you who just desperately want to play it?
What, on the Russian version? Sorry.
Yeah, or either.
Yeah.
Either. How many of them...
Yeah. There are lots. There's actually an English community on the Russian and Korean servers.
So
not a massive community, but you'll certainly find an English-speaking guild and people to play with.
So it's not like you've jumped into a sea of like Cyrillic writing and...
No. Well, yes, yeah,
Okay.
but you can you can filter through that, and if you type in like the global chat thing saying looking for an English-speaking guild, you will find one fairly quickly.
Oh, okay. So all right, at least it's established then.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's why we're all pretty hyped for it to actually come out because we've all sort of like got our own little guilds going and everything already.
Okay.
So it should actually be good.
Okay, good. I'm glad that it's still going on for you. Although, once you go to once the European version launches, you're gonna have to start again.
Yes, but this is why I'm playing on this version right now. It's so that I can figure the game out now, so that when the European version launches, I can go ham and sort of like outpace everyone else and everything.
Okay.
So basically, what's going to happen at launch, right? Is you're going to have all the people, like, say yourself, if you went and played the game, you've never experienced the game before, and you'd go and learn the game and figure out how to play the game. That'd be great. But then there are going to be people like me who have no-lifed it on the game for like a month or two already. So we're obviously going to have a much better idea on how the game works.
Brilliant.
So we're just going to steamroll for everything.
Okay. Oh, I should actually point out halfway through this. We are obviously live streaming this on Tom's stream. Is it Pvt Wiggles TV?
No, just Pvt Wiggles for my
Just
stream.
Pvt Wiggles on Twitch, if you ever want to go and watch that in the future. And what I will say to your listeners, your viewers even, is if you've got any questions, like last week, we had a nice little Q&A session, have a think, and we can get to that at the end. If there are none, that's fine, we'll just leave it, because we had a good Q&A session last week. But if you've got any questions, we can ask them at the end, and we can get onto that. Anyway, right, so... Go on.
What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? So I finished Fallout this morning. At least I think I finished it.
What, like 100% did it?
Well, no, I didn't 100% it. I mean, that'd take I'm up to 70 hours played now.
Right. Okay.
So, and I'm pretty sure I just finished the story. I mean, I got the classic "War never changes" speech at the end. So I'm pretty sure I finished the main story. Although it did plonk me straight back into where I was right at the end, and I got a bunch of extra quests. So I suppose I'm doing a sort of epilogue now. It's obviously, as I was saying last week, I mean, you can create your own story, and there's so many different divergent paths that I know that I've gone down a completely different path and sided with completely different factions to what some of my friends have done. Obviously, won't be given any spoilers, but still, it's just interesting to see where you turn up after, you've gone through all the different permutations, and my experience is going to be, particularly in the end game, going to be completely different to other people I know. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've finished the main story. I mean, something quite literally explosive happened at the end, so I'm pretty sure it's the end of the main story, but I'm onto a sort of epilogue now. Still loving it.
Did it play the credits?
It didn't play the credits,
Then
no.
you're not done.
Well...
That's the only way you can define the end of a game, surely, is when the credits actually play.
When the credits roll, that's
when the game's over.
Game over, man, game over.
Or is it one of those really annoying games where it's like trying to be edgy and it plays the credits at the beginning of the game like a cinematic intro to a film?
No, I'm pretty sure there weren't any credits at the beginning.
Okay, because I hate it when games do that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It rustles my Jim Jams. Play at the end so we can skip it.
Okay, and I tell you what, another game that I been playing this week is they launched on, I think it was Friday or Thursday, the open beta for Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. If you want to play that, that should still be up right now. I think it's on. It's definitely an Xbox One and also PS4.
Is it free or is it a pay to get in beta?
No, it's a free beta. They just was like, oh bam! By the way, everyone, yay! Beta's up. Go and beta, whatever you want to call it, is up. Go play it. And I downloaded it. It's about 16 gig, so it's not huge. It's fun, for sure.
16 gigabyte.
Yeah, just for a multiplayer beta. It doesn't have the wave defense in either. All it is the PvP stuff. PvZ.
What do you mean?
Can you clarify?
Oh, yeah, of course. It's evolved from a tower defense game, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's a third-person shooter now.
Yeah, of course it is. It's really weird. Yeah, I remember playing it on your Xbox years ago.
Yeah, well, it came out, I think you're right. I think the first one came out in, like, 2014, I think.
What, the original did
No,
not?
God, the original Plants vs. Zombies, that came out in the
I know,
late
exactly.
2000s?
Yeah, I know, ages ago.
I'm going to Google it now because that's going to annoy me. But yeah, so I've just been playing the beta for this Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and it's fun, for sure. Yes, look at that, late 2000s, May 5th, 2009 was the original Plants vs. Zombies. So this is, it's fun, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, but if you've played Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 1, it's the same, but with like 4 extra characters. And that's it. I am a little bit upset that they are charging full price for this. I think it should be a DLC pack.
Is it when you... Sorry, okay, right. So when you say it's the same guns?
Yeah. Absolutely. The
different maps?
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Yes, the maps are different. But quite frankly, I don't want to pay full price for that. Especially considering that, well, the first one was an online-only game. There was no single-player component. You had to have Xbox Live Gold to play it. You could play on your own, but you had to be connected to the internet and have a gold membership. So if they're going to do that again, I don't want to pay full price.
So to play single-player... Right, hang on, wait. Let me just get... Because I don't do Xbox anymore, you know.
I don't do the Xbox.
No, I'm pure console. Yeah. Pure console life. So...
Pure PC, you mean? But yeah, I get what
you're
saying.
Sorry, pure PC life. I'm not about that console life anymore. To play the game offline by myself... I would not only have to buy the game for how much? £20?
No, I'm pretty sure when Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare came out, it was like 30 to 40 quid.
Ridiculous. Right, so I'd have to pay 30 to 40 pounds, right, to buy the game and download the game.
Yeah.
And not only that, if I actually want to play the game, even though I've already purchased it, even if I want to play by myself, I'd have to pay £5 a month for an Xbox Live subscription.
Yeah, you definitely did. I remember this.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, you 100% you did, because I remember on the box it says requires Xbox Live Gold to play. So, yeah, I think it's because the way it worked is like you'd connect to the online servers at all time, and the single-player component of it was literally the multiplayer wave defense, but you on your own as opposed to with 3 other people. So it definitely wasn't a single-player campaign. That's for sure. I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? But, yeah, I've just played it, and yeah, obviously the maps are different, and it looks a bit better, and there are a couple of new characters, but the mechanics are the same, the game modes are the same. I played as the first zombie character, which is like a soldier, and all of his abilities were the same. I played as the sunflower, and the sunflower's abilities are the same, and as far as I can tell, it's still horrendously imbalanced in favour of the plants, and if you play like the PvP, which is obviously asymmetrical, plants versus zombies, different abilities and stuff, the plants almost always win, because they're just better, and they were in the first one.
Well, is that intended?
No, obviously, no.
Or they just shit at balancing games.
Yeah, they did say, I do remember them coming out and saying when number 2 was first announced, they were like, oh, we wanted to kind of address the imbalance, so we're focusing a bit more on the zombies this time around. Doesn't seem to have helped. It still seems like the plants are just better. They're certainly more fun to use. I know that's subjective, but I find them more fun to use. And I went into a couple of games as the zombies, and we got absolutely destroyed. They still got time to balance it. Maybe I just got unlucky, but it just at the end of the day, playing that beta has made me go, I'm not paying full price for this. I do not want to pay a full price game for something that should just really be a DLC pack.
Yeah. That's a bit absurd. So you won't. So you have decided that you won't actually be purchasing it.
No, it's certainly not at the full price. Certainly not. Maybe if it goes into a sale, maybe, you know, if they do come out and say no, there's a fully fledged single player campaign. I highly doubt they will though, because EA don't seem to be going that way these days with most of their games that they release. I mean, for God's sake, look at Battlefront. Look at Battlefront. Right? There's nothing. So I like it. It's fun. It is really good fun. But I'm not putting money down on it. Not for the price that they're going to be charging if it's anything like the first time. And they know that they can get away with it because the first one sold all right. So they will just charge the same amount as last time. Yeah,
but I think people will be less willing to pay the same money for essentially the same game for a second time, you know?
I suppose. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm going to quickly check and see, like, if it's listed on, let's say, a popular online retailer named after a river in South America. Might be. See if they've got a price listing.
I don't even know what. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you see that? Okay, yeah, the popular online retailer named after a river in South America have got it listed at £44 for the Xbox One version.
You know we're not going to go to jail for saying.
I know, but it just makes it sound funny, doesn't it?
Before you go it's going to be banned. It's going to be taken offline.
No, okay, right, yeah. Amazon have got it listed for £44.
Oh, seriously, I bum Amazon on my streams. I should be an affiliate for them. Well, I'm not even joking. They are like the best retailer in the world. Like, God, man, they should be paying me for advertisement or some shit.
Everyone's like, Amazon.
Yeah, they're like, oh, yo, I'm using Newegg to buy my computer parts. I was like, nah, no time for that. Just seriously go use Amazon.
What's Newegg? I've never heard of Newegg. What's that?
It's a computer website. It's like overclockers kind of thing.
I was about to say, I know what overclockers is.
Yeah, but it's just like, if something messes up with Amazon, it's just like 2 seconds. You open a ticket and say, yo, can I return this? They're like, yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, Amazon have got a fantastic. Anyway, enough plugging of Amazon. Give my brother money. No, yeah. So that's cool. So yeah, Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, finished Fallout. You've still been rocking the Black Desert Online. Okay, good. So pretty much as you were, and I've just branched out a little bit. Right. Okay, next thing. This is kind of like a little special that we've got. We didn't cover it in the first week, primarily because I kind of forgot about it. Because this shows you how up to speed I am with VR technology. But let's talk about the Oculus Rift. Now, a couple of weeks ago, this was confirmed release date and confirmed price points, which is having everyone up in arms. Do you know anything about this, for a start?
What, about the Oculus Rift or the price of it?
The price of it, when it's coming out.
It's $500, isn't it?
It's $600.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Here are the facts, right. It's £500, or $599 if you're in the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's...
Wait, so hang on, wait.
Go on.
It's $600.
Yes.
And £500.
Yes.
So we're paying like an extra.
Oh, that you get that with everything. You'll get that with consoles.
Yeah, but that's excessive.
Well, I don't think that. I think that was roughly the same kind of disparity when the Xbox and the PS4 was launched. I really do.
For that. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Because we were actually ordering Xboxes from New York. I remember that. There was a retailer in New York that would ship them over on like a 2-day courier thing, and you'd end up saving like £50 still.
Doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
But yeah, okay, right, yeah, so go on.
So we got £500 price point. It requires at least an NVIDIA GTX 970 or equivalent better card. So it requires a powerful card, right?
Sorry, what graphics card? Say that again?
An NVIDIA GTX 970. That's the minimum.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's reasonable-ish. It's not that powerful.
Yeah, okay, all right. So it requires. I know it's not monstrous. That's actually the card I have at the moment. It's a pretty good card.
So it's like how much is it these days? Like that's £250-ish.
Possibly, yeah. But so it's £500 plus you need that card on top of it, and you'll need a computer to support the card, obviously. So you'll need a decent processor, obviously. And people are a bit up in arms about the price, and I think people are also annoyed about the fact that it has to ship with a copy of Eve Valkyrie. A game called Lucky's Tale or something, I think.
Do you have to pay for the game separately?
No. They come with it. You have no choice of buying a Solus like Oculus Rift. You can't get it on its own. It has to come with these games and an Xbox One controller, which people are a bit annoyed about because most people have Xbox controllers. if they're playing like arcade games or whatever. Maybe it can only work with an Xbox One controller. I don't know, but that's going to jack the price up. Because
sure.
obviously it's the Oculus Rift. This isn't Microsoft. They're not going to be subsidising. It's not their own device that they can subsidise the cost of.
Everything.
So they're going to have to be buying in these controllers in bulk. God only knows how much that is, but at least slapping like 20, 30 quid on the price point, right? So not ideal. And it doesn't come with the Oculus Touch controller, which is like its own proprietary controller, because that's not ready yet, apparently. Which is like these funny little motion control devices you hold in your hand that you use gestures.
I've seen that.
So you're going to have to pay extra for that when that comes out. Again, don't know how much that is. I don't think they've given a price point yet. I've got written down here that doesn't really have a release date at the moment, the controller. So, who knows. The actual Rift itself, that comes with the games and the controller and whatever, the Oculus Rift itself will be coming out in April 2016, soon, but demand for it's been so great that all the pre-orders for the April batch has sold out, and now we're waiting until at least the end of June before they're going to start to free sale.
Seriously, it actually has high demand.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, a lot of people are saying, "Oh my god, high demand! It's going to be a smash hit." We don't know how much stock they had in reserve, do we?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, exactly.
We sold,
it'll be more than
100,
that.
sorry, boys.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we've sold 100, or we've sold a few thousand. Boom, that's our pre-orders gone. I mean, it makes it sound a lot better than it is, or maybe they really have gone. Maybe thousands of people have pre-ordered it.
I know legitly. How many people do you know do you know anyone who's buying it or who's pre-ordered it already?
Yes, I do know a couple of people.
Okay, I know one person who has pre-ordered it.
Okay,
and they've had the one since the what was it called when it was in test phase? I can't remember. What
the dev kits.
That's it. They've had it since the dev kit.
Well, the dev kits, I know that the people who kickstarted it, I think when they kickstarted it, they had to put down like 200, 300 quid. They are giving those people who kickstarted it a free Oculus Rift. So, they're in the green there. They're getting a £500 piece of kit for...
That's pretty...
I mean, that's good, but to be fair, that's nice of them, and that's, they're supporting their supporters, aren't they? The people who gave across their money in blind faith. But... yeah. They've certainly priced themselves out of the mass market here with a £500 up front, and then you need the heavy graphics card. Well, getting into the medium to high range of graphics cards, and I've also just remembered you need at least 3 spare USB 3.0 ports to run it.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So that's me out. Because my motherboard's quite old now. I've got the graphics card, but my motherboard doesn't have USB 3.0.
USB 3.0. I thought you said 3 USB ports.
No, I did. So you need 3 USB 3.0
That's
ports.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've got I've just got that. I have literally just got that, but then I can't use my hard drive in my USB 3.0.
This is what loads of people have been saying, is that these kind of serious gamers who are going to be laying down 500 smackers for this are going to be the kind of people who have lots of things plugged into their USB ports. Like you've got your microphone, you've got your headsets and everything. I know that you can obviously unplug certain things, but still, 3 ports it's just crazy. That's because I've heard that they are pulling the dev kits came with a power supply that you could plug into the wall to power it, whereas now it's just going to be running straight through the computer. So God only knows how much wattage it's going to be pulling from your PSU. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know if there are any tech specs for it anywhere, but...
The thing is, there's a limit with how much power that a USB port can pull, so it can't be that great, I don't think.
Well, that's probably why they need 3 of the damn things.
Yes, that's very true. That is probably exclusively the reason why. Now, have you ever actually tried the Oculus Rift?
I have not, actually.
So my concern would be that, okay, so the Oculus Rift is £500 to buy.
Yeah.
And I presume maybe some shops are going to have it to try. Maybe. Like places
I would think.
Like Game or...
Yeah.
I was going to say HMV. Ha! I can't think of any other game shops. I can only think of Game. That is literally what other game retailers are there?
Certainly in the UK, there aren't any. I mean...
No, that's isn't it?
Having said that, what about places like PC World?
No, I can't see them having it.
No? Okay.
Maybe, actually... yeah, maybe. So let's say you go in and I guess you get the chance to try. I know specifically, and I know they said they've improved it since the dev kit, because this was one of the reasons that it was a dev kit, is the absurd amount of motion sickness that I got from playing it. Like, it was unbearable for me after about half an hour.
Sorry, so you what have you tried again? Sorry.
The Oculus Rift.
Oh, you have tried it. Oh, okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Where did you try that?
My friend's got a dev kit.
Oh shit.
But I mean, I after half an hour, I actually couldn't play it anymore.
I've tried a couple of non-Oculus Rift. I've tried. I think it was. I can't even remember what it was called. I've tried a more simplistic version of VR that's coming out soon. I tried that at work, and it was amazing. But like you, within half an hour, I couldn't play it for longer than half an hour. I started to get a headache.
Yeah, exactly that. You get a headache. I felt ill.
And that wasn't that immersive. I mean, that was much less powerful than this. So God only knows how much this is going to affect me if I ever do get to try it. So I don't know. They're gonna have to focus on a much smaller market than I think a lot of people think to be successful. They don't want to overstock. I think they're clever enough though to know that they shouldn't be overstocking themselves for this.
No, yeah, exactly.
They need to market themselves as a premium. Oh, look at this product; it's top of the line kind of
like
thing.
a top end gamer product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like almost like a Titan graphics card.
Precisely. Yeah, and people buy those. Yeah.
Only the people who have the money to spooge will go and get it.
Exactly.
But then the other thing I was going to say about the Oculus Rift as well is certain games. No, not certain. That's not fair to say. 90% of games are terrible to use with the Oculus Rift, right? Purely because you can play it more effectively with the controller.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I mean, yeah.
For games like I played it with Minecraft, was one of the ones I played it with.
Yeah,
that was fine. With Minecraft, it was Minecraft's not competitive. Fine, play it with Minecraft, but I don't even know if it's got support for Oculus Rift. But say like they bring it out for Call of Duty or Counter-Strike or anything like this. Yeah, no one's going to use it. Because
certainly not competitively. God no.
Because you're not going to be as effective.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know if I don't know if those games that you mentioned will have support, but I certainly see where you're coming from in that you couldn't really create. I mean, I suppose you could if you created a competitive shooter where you had to use the Oculus Rift. That might be quite interesting. As like an experiment to just see.
Yeah, like just only. Oh, my OBS crashed.
Oh no.
Rip. I hope yours is recording okay.
Let me have a...
I'm just bringing it back up now.
Yeah, mine's still recording.
Why did that crash? That's so weird. Okay, yeah. I've got it back up now. Sorry, yeah, go on.
That's right. They could create a game that solely used the Oculus as a competitive shooter. But I mean, for starters, it's going to be a game that... Surely that's going to be physically draining. Playing a game like that, a competitive shooter only on the Oculus Rift, so you wouldn't be able to use it for too long. And again, the price point. Competitive games are normally... The games that succeed as competitive games tend to be games that don't cost that much as an entry fee. That means...
Well, yes, because most competitive gamers are teenagers.
Exactly. I mean, think about Counter-Strike, CS:GO. Yeah, League of Legends. Yeah. They're free to play. CS:GO is, I think that's like a tenner.
CS:GO is not free to play.
No, it's not. But I'm saying CS:GO is like a tenner on Steam or something, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Normally it's in a sale for like £5.
I'm not sure if you could do a competitive scene with the Oculus Rift. I don't know. I know that the games that they have confirmed that do work on it are games like Elite Dangerous, Eve Valkyrie, which are like space combat sims, stuff like that. I think there's a couple of Alien Isolation. I'm pretty sure that one works on it.
Definitely got no time for that.
I think they're billing it more as like a single player standalone experience kind of peripheral.
To me it sounds a bit like a gimmick, a bit too much of a gimmick.
I think we should probably try and balance this out because it does sound like we are bashing on about it. And I don't know about you, I'm not particularly into the VR thing. I never have been like enthralled by it.
Oh, we'll be when it's good. When VR is good, I'm totally up for it.
This is the thing though, isn't it? I mean, it's got to start somewhere, and it's starting with the Oculus Rift and the PlayStation VR and whatever the hell the other ones are called. The Vive, I believe, is the Valve one. And I think it may be a case that when they really hit their stride, it is maybe not this generation and not the generation after that, but the third generation of modern day VR. That might be where it truly comes into its own. I mean, I could be completely wrong. It could just take off like that. But they need to get the price down for sure if they want to get it into the hands of the masses, because 500 is just a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely.
And with the PlayStation, when the PlayStation 4 came out, yeah, 500 quid for sure. Was it even 500? It may have even been less than that. Anyway, it was about 430, I think, for a decent package. You get it out of the box, and as long as you've got a TV, it works. You get the VR, PlayStation VR, you get the Oculus Rift out of the box, and you need the computer to work. You need to have the right amount of USB ports. You need the right graphics card. I mean, you're paying basically, if you want an Oculus Rift, be prepared to spend what, $1,500?
Yeah, pretty much
from scratch
for everything. Yeah,
we included
probably.
decent enough, PC and all that. So yeah, I don't know, but I do think there's great promise in it. And from the people I know who've played it, who don't get the motion sickness like you and me, they have said, "Oh, it's fantastic!" Like the proper the latest series, the latest iteration of it. And I could certainly see how playing do you remember Free Space 2? How amazing would that be?
Yeah, but come on, how much motion sickness would you get from that? Because that would be intense.
Well, this is the thing. This is what this is the kind of the flagship of the Oculus Rift is the Elite Dangerous, which is that kind of space combat trader sim thing, and Eve. I mean, Eve's a space. Yeah. They are billing these as the top primo games to be playing on the Rift. So
Eve Online is going to be Oculus Rift based.
No, Eve Valkyrie, whatever that is.
Is that made by the same people?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's like a standalone dogfighting Free Space 2
because EVE Online's just a marketplace simulator, so that'd be some shitty, shitty VR right there. But no, what I am interested, the last thing I will say on the Oculus Rift thing would be that I am going to try it again.
Yeah,
I am going to go around my friends and try it when it comes out, because what I'd really like to see is if they've improved the motion sickness. They say they have. I have no idea how they would have done it. I'm sure they would have done something fancy with stabilizing and all that.
It'll be the technology built into it. It's also, I believe you need something like a minimum of 90 frames a second. Otherwise, the human eye just goes, no, I can't deal with this, and just bugs out.
Right. Okay.
Because obviously our eyes don't. I think it's something like our eyes don't technically see in frames because that's not how our eyes work. But if you don't have at least 90 frames a second, it doesn't look like natural movement to us. So our eyes can cope with that when it's a TV screen because we know it's a TV screen. But when the Oculus Rift essentially is becoming your vision, and you moving your head and the screen moves and everything, your brain thinks, oh, okay, this must be the real world, and it just bugs out because it goes, this is. All the information I'm getting is telling me that this is real, what's happening in front of me, but it doesn't seem quite right.
Right.
Like your brain goes, this is real in front of me, but it's not moving like the world should be moving, kind of thing.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, so it'll be interesting to see then, really, if it's better for me now, because I can't even watch 3D films.
Oh, really?
Really.
Okay.
I mean, I can, but they don't make me feel very good.
I went to the cinema to see the new Star Wars in 3D. It was rubbish. It's the first film I've ever seen at the cinema in 3D or anywhere. First film I've ever seen in 3D. Sucked. It was all blurry. Really didn't.
Yeah, but hang on, wait. Just to make that clear, you're saying that the 3D sucked, but the film was okay.
Oh no, the film was great. Yeah, I loved it. Loved it. And I went to see it again.
I haven't
in 2D,
seen it,
and it was brilliant.
I won't see it, but yeah, I mean, I can't even do 3D, so it'd be nice to see if the Oculus Rift has improved the system so that people like me can play it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why it's costing so much as well, because people are moaning about the cost, but they're having to make these tiny little high resolution 90 FPS screens, because I think they're like two screens in front of your eyes, and they're something like, I think they're like 1920 by, they may even be more than that in terms of resolution. They're really high resolution small screens, and the cost of manufacture them must be astronomical. So the price is gonna stay high. Oh no, it's a 2160 by 1200 resolution. Well, that was the older model. This is a news article from a while ago, so God only knows what they've got the resolution up to now. But I mean, there's a high resolution. That's higher than my monitor's resolution, 2160.
Oh yeah, that's higher than mine as well.
So yeah, it's an expensive piece of kit.
Yeah, definitely.
And they can't really reduce the price that much, I don't think. I mean, they've said they did come out and state we're taking a loss on every item that we ship, but do you really believe that? I'm not sure.
How is that a company model if you're taking
This is what Sony do. This Sony take a loss.
No. Sony sell other stuff.
Exactly, and they can make it back with the proprietary games that they sell.
Yeah, exactly. But... Whereas Oculus Rift sell Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Unless they have an idea to go ahead and sell. They're going to suddenly start releasing loads of Oculus Rift specific games. They have to have an idea. If they're making a loss, there has to be like specific stuff that they're going to be bringing out.
Yeah, I think. Again, I think they are saying that they are going to be releasing games that you can. They did promise full. Yes, so they promised when they first announced it. They said it was going to be like a fully open piece of technology. But now I think you have to buy the games through like the Oculus Rift store of sorts. So that's probably where they're going to be getting the money back from.
Cool.
I think the game's compatible with the Rift when it comes out. They're going to be creating their own games. They're going to be investing money to create their own games.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see where.
We've got to see how that pans out, I guess.
The launch titles include Eve Valkyrie, Chronos, Edge of Nowhere, Damage Core, VR Sports Challenge, Esper, Air Mech VR, and Lucky's Tale. So,
interesting.
Exactly. I mean, these are games I've never heard of. Are they games that were made specifically for the Rift? I don't know, but we'll see. We'll just have to see. It's all up in the air at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, what people think about it when it comes out. I know I won't be buying one on launch. I can't.
Yeah, no, I know.
I can't risk that kind of money investment for something that could potentially not be great.
Can you imagine streaming it just really quickly? How ridiculous you would look streaming that game.
You wouldn't have it. How would you stream it though? I mean, what kind of
They'll
interaction?
figure something out. I'm sure you can put an overlay over the top of your game
sure, right.
or something like that, so you can see what's going on. Like on my stream, I have a chat overlay, and I'm sure there's something to put back to the game itself. I think it would just be hilarious to stream with it.
Actually, no, yeah, you know what? You've probably hit on a good idea there. I reckon one thing that will be having said that, I reckon one thing that's going to be popular for this thing out the gate is going to be people streaming it, because you can, as you said, set the webcam up like you normally do, pop on the headset, and people can just sit there and laugh at you jumping out of your skin, playing isolation or whatever. Plus, it'll be a really good way for
the company to promote it.
And for viewers to get a good idea of the product if they're not sure about buying into it.
I need to get in contact with Oculus Rift and be like, yo, set me up, boys.
It'll certainly, if like people trust their favourite streamers and trust their opinion on video games that they've played that they've been reviewing, why not trust their opinion on an Oculus Rift review, and they can watch them play it live and judge for themselves?
Yeah.
That is not about... I bet you that is what's going to happen when it
first of course it is. Yeah, people like Soda Poppin and Wreckful and, Lyric and all that. They'll all be on stream on the launch day of the Oculus Rift trying it out. I have no doubt. Yeah.
But the only thing here is that, sure, you can video yourself with a webcam. I wonder on day one or in the early adopters phase when it first launches, is it going to be possible? Because if it's got its own proprietary system software, is it going to be possible to get it to stream to a broadcasting channel like Twitch? Is that... I don't know. I mean,
you'd simply just use it as a monitor capture and capture the entire monitor.
If that were, they would be...
you're saying because it comes through... Obviously, it comes through the Oculus Rift, doesn't it?
Exactly.
It doesn't come through... Yeah, no.
Exactly. Well, you're not... Yeah, the same thing that you can see on your screen inside
I get what
headset.
you're saying now. I get what you're saying now.
They would be... Oculus would be insane to not include, to not integrate Twitch support. They would be stupid to not do that. Because that will sell... It'll certainly sell it to the streamer crowd, who the successful ones certainly had the money to burn there, and it'll create a massive platform of advertising for their product, right?
Yeah.
They would be stupid not to integrate some sort of Twitch streaming.
You said they had some money to burn. I was watching a very big streamer the other day,
right.
And he was on the stream saying that he wanted to buy a new pair of headphones, a new headset.
Right.
Next thing I know, I go back and 10 minutes later, he's purchasing a set of Sennheiser, or whatever the hell, Sennheiser, I can't remember what they're called.
I know what Sennheisers are, but
yeah. For about $1,500.
Yep, sounds legit.
I was just like,
wow.
Oh my god.
That is a lot of money.
But, yeah, was there another thing that you wanted to talk about today?
The only other thing I could think of is there been any news that you can think of. So I mean we've discussed the Oculus Rift in depth. What I would like to say as a little addendum is that we've also got the PlayStation VR coming out later this year, and they have a unique opportunity now to undercut the price of the Oculus Rift and kind of sell it as kind of like the headset for the masses.
And they'll also have the ability to see what goes wrong with the Oculus Rift and then try and make that not happen for themselves.
Yeah, certainly I don't think they've got enough time now in terms of their firmware and system specifications. But as maybe a PR make sure
Yeah,
PR things don't go wrong.
all that stuff. You
Like,
maybe
for
put some
instance,
plugs out and stuff.
don't come out a few months before and say we're going to try, because apparently Oculus a few months ago, like I think it was in maybe September, did come out and say we're going to aim for the $350 to $400 ballpark area for pricing. That didn't work, clearly.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Clearly not possible. So I would imagine that Sony are keeping their mouths shut right now. Plus, you know, Oculus is saying they're selling their device at a loss. Don't know how true that is. Sony do sell their devices at a loss. I mean, they sold the PlayStation 3 at a loss, and I'm pretty sure they're selling the PlayStation 4 at a loss on each unit. So they can come out and do that, subsidise it a little bit. I reckon if they want to get it out to people, I reckon the magic number for a lot more people to be adopting would be around 200 to 250 quid.
Yeah, but I can't see that happening. That's absurd.
Well, it's apparently not as powerful as the Oculus Rift, so it could cost a little bit less from the get-go. It just depends on how much they are willing to
Lose money on it.
Yeah, exactly. How much money they're willing to lose, right?
Yeah.
It really, it's up to them, isn't it? Right. Yes. Very good. Is there something else you wanted to say?
Well, when you just said games coming out this week, just quickly, I know we touched on it yesterday, but
Yeah,
it's
go.
really close now, or is it tomorrow it comes out? Blade and Soul.
Oh yes, this I knew. Yeah, when you were telling me the other day, I thought there was something else launching. This is when I said to you earlier on, hasn't Black Desert Online launched?
No,
you said
you're getting confused with Blade and Soul.
Yeah, this is clearly what's happened here.
Yeah, Blade and Soul launches on the 19th of January. However, the head start has begun for the game. Because lots of MMOs do that these days, apparently.
Is this one you tried and you thought was terrible?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Brilliant.
And then I let one of my friends use my account to try it out as well. They weren't a fan either. However, it does have quite a big following. Lots of the big streamers are really liking it at the moment. The PvP is meant to be fantastic in it.
Is this the crazy one you showed me with like the cinematics in it and everything?
Yeah, it had like loads of little demos in it and everything when I was trying to play it. I mean, I think in terms of a small scale PvP game, if you want to do like competitive arena, 1v1s, 2v2s or whatever, it's great. Like, it looks awesome. But if you're looking for an immersive world where you can do whatever you want, or where you can do mass warfare, I don't think it's the game for me. And also the art style rustles my jimmies. It's right in between cartoony and realistic.
Right.
And that annoys me. Like, World of Warcraft, cartoony. Looks great. No problem. Black Desert, realistic. Looks great. No problem. Blade and Soul, in between. And that annoys me.
Blade and Soul. Blade and Soul. But was it called Blade and Soul Online or something?
No, just Blade and Soul.
Oh.
I don't think it's called Blade and Soul Online. No, that's Black Desert Online. You're getting them mixed up now.
It's just because I've got... Okay, Blade and Soul is a Korean fantasy... Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. I'll be the judge of that. Okay. I mean, it looks just like... It looks like... Oh, God, it looks like they're heavily channeling the Final Fantasy kind of...
Yeah, but without as good graphics, with worse graphics.
Right. Okay.
And like the talking, when they talk, the NPCs talk in the game, it's really, really like totally out of sync, kind of thing. And it just rustles my gym jams.
Well, there we go. That was a fantastic plug for that game there.
Yeah.
The Blade and Soul.
I did. If you're into PvP and all that, really give it a go. If you can get past the graphics and the jumping in it, it's great.
The jumping. There's something...
You jump like 10 foot high. It drives me mad.
Right.
Seriously, one of the worst features in the game is the jumping. Pisses me off.
Why does it annoy you? Because surely, like, the jump, if you can jump 10 foot high, it means you can access...
It just looks ridiculous.
Oh, right, okay.
It looks absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, right. So, Blade and Soul, if jumping is your jam, avoid, but otherwise you might want to give it a go, yeah?
Yeah, for the PvP and everything.
Okay, there we go. That's something they can put on the box when they release a physical copy. Pvt Wiggles. The jumping rustles my gym jams, but otherwise it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty
Brilliant.
much.
Okay.
It's gonna be awesome. But I mean, that's pretty much everything that that's the only game that I think of that's coming out that I've been paying attention to or anything.
Okay. And that's coming out when here again? Just once more?
19th.
19th. Okay.
Of January. So
yeah. Okay. Couple of days then.
Is
Wow.
that Tuesday?
Yeah, that is Tuesday.
Yeah,
okay.
Tuesday. Which is a weird game for a game to release, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me just quickly see what we've got on the news. My new little news feed here. Oh, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. That came out on PC the other day, actually, didn't it? That might be an interesting one to check out. Again, it's not going to really appeal to you. It's like a kind of a good old-fashioned Dungeons and Dragons style RPG that's been out on Xbox for years, but they've only just managed to port it to PC. So there you go. That's something that I'm sure people know about that if they're kind of into their thing. But Pokken Tournament's got a release date for March. That'll be cool.
What is it?
Pokken Tournament. I'm mentioning this because you might, this might be relevant to your interests, as they say. It's basic. Imagine Tekken, but with Pokemon.
No time.
What?
That sounds ridiculous.
It sounds fantastic.
What's the game called?
Pokken, Pokken Tournament. Google or YouTube it more crucially. I would whack that bad boy into YouTube.
Okay, that looks interesting. All
It's
right.
like
Okay.
it's like been out in Japan as like an arcade title for a while now. But yeah,
That's hilarious. Okay,
Yeah.
but has it got new Pokemon? I guess not the old school ones.
it's got everything.
Pikachu's
got-
up in there.
Yeah,
Graphics look pretty good.
Machamp's in there. Do you remember Machamp, the four-armed dude?
Yeah. The graphic looks pretty good for it.
Yeah, it does. I mean, a lot of people have been quite excited about it. I'm not massively.
Suicide's up in there.
Oh,
and Groville.
Where's Grove? I think no. So that looks different for sure. It'll be coming out on Wii U, so at least there's something for me to be able to buy on the Wii U for once. Oh, shots fired.
Wii U.
And the only other thing I can think of is that they have started the big dogs of YouTube and the social medias have been playing some like early alpha gameplay of The Division. Do you know have you heard of The Division?
No.
It's like the new Tom Clancy game. It's like an MMO.
Oh, the one in New York.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, right. Sure, the classic. Afterworld.
Yes,
Afterworld
there's a big virus has wiped out my humanity. There's no zombies or anything, but you're part of this like clandestine sleeper cell, a kind of group that are supposed to like rise up after the world has ended and restored, and you are the Division. It looks. I really want to like it because it's an RPG. It's like an RPG MMO thing, set in a post-apocalyptic world with like loot drops and guns, and it's just everything I should love. But I mean, it's been delayed since before I can remember. It's just been kept being delayed, and I can't be bothered with it anymore. And this gameplay that I've seen, it looks functional. It looks very pretty, but it just sort of looks like a serious version of an over-the-shoulder Borderlands a little bit. Kind of like a shoot and loot, I believe is what they get called these days. So, I don't know. We'll see more. It's coming out this year, unless they delay it again. But
No time.
no time indeed. Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, another slow news week, unfortunately. I guess that's pretty much it for the news. So...
Yeah.
Do we have any questions from your lovely, adorable fan base?
I don't know if any of them are still alive. Guys, any questions? Anyone got anything they want to ask? I think...
I mean, if not, that's absolutely fine. We had a good Q&A session last week, and I'll say that, we can have some in the comments maybe for next week or whatever. We can see if anyone's got any questions. But if there are no questions, that's absolutely fine, and we can end this one a little bit earlier than normal.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, have you started uploading these to your YouTube channel yet?
Yeah, the first one's on my YouTube channel now. So,
Magical. Glorious. Okay, yeah, I don't think there are any
okay, that's
serious
absolutely fine.
question Roonies.
No serious questions, that's fine. Okay, that is cool. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week.
There's one legit question that
Okay.
I'm actually curious to ask you.
Go for it.
It's a World of Warcraft question.
Oh, good
So
question.
you know World of Warcraft Legion got announced.
Yeah, this
The
was announced ages ago.
expansion. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I thought this was a trick question or something.
No. Are you excited for it?
Am I excited for it? That's actually, that's a good question. Ever since, I think, Mists, I haven't been excited for a Warcraft expansion. It's like, it's a familiar territory. It's a nice, cozy thing I know I'm going to play. Excited isn't the right word, but I am looking forward to it coming out. I was like, I'll give it a go. We'll see where it is. I don't know what I could compare it to. Maybe I know. A new Transformers movie comes out. I know it's not going to be the greatest thing in the world, but I want to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, actually,
So you're gonna get it, but you're gonna get it, but you're not particularly hyped for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, because I was hyped for it and then I played Shadow Priest in the alpha, and that made me want to cry.
Really? Well, see, that's the interesting thing, because a guy at work who he keeps calling me over and showing me these like pre-alpha. No, sorry, is it the alpha that's out at the moment?
Yeah, alpha's out.
He's been showing me all the class changes, and he's just like, "This all looks so amazing." And to be fair, some of the visual stuff they're doing for like, I saw the new visuals for the Fire Mage spells. They look awesome.
Yeah, but Fire Mages are ridiculous, and they're gonna get fixed straight away.
Right, okay. But go on. So your Shadow Priest, your beloved Shadow Priest, what have they done?
Oh, they've turned them into a spam class.
Right.
The problem is what they've done is they've got rid of mana in a lot of classes, which I don't know if you've read about. So like shamans don't have mana anymore. Only resto shamans have mana.
Yes, I did hear about that. However, so have they got rid of mana for Shadow Priest as well?
Yeah, Shadow Priests have Insanity. Enhancement and Elemental Shamans have Maelstrom.
Right.
Trying to think what they've done.
Because I remember, because you know, in Draenor, I think when did they start this possibly in Pandaria, they started giving a lot of these mana-based classes a secondary.
Yeah, like Shadow Orbs.
Like soul shards and
yeah.
what was it for Paladins? I don't remember.
Oh, Holy...
Was it Holy Fury?
Holy Power.
Holy Power, that was it. Holy Power. But are you saying that they have now taken most of those extra resources?
Yeah, there's no Shadow Orbs anymore. I think Warlocks still... I can't remember Warlocks.
You know, what I'm saying is, have they taken those special, like, soul shards and all that? And
well, I'm saying, I can tell you for certain, Shadow Priests don't have orbs anymore.
But they don't have mana either.
No, we have Insanity now, which you built. Right. What I'm trying to say is my problem with Legion so far is I think that the storyline sounds amazing. The cinematic was amazing. I don't like the fact that a lot of classes have turned into a build and spend class. Build your Insanity up, go into Insanity form, spend your Insanity.
It sounds sort of like kind of combo points on Rogue, where you just build it up and then build up. Spend,
and it's like that with Maelstrom. It's like, cast Lightning Bolt, gain 20 Maelstrom. When you hit 100 Maelstrom, you can use this ability. You've run out of Maelstrom. Charge up the Maelstrom again, rinse and repeat.
You'd prefer to go back to just classic rotations then?
Well, no, God, this is gonna. They're saying it won't. I don't know because the artifact weapons. We need to see how it pans out so far. I don't think it's fair to pass judgment on it yet. But at the moment, as it stands in the first alpha stage when I played it, it was literally a set in stone rotation,
right,
for classes.
The classes I enjoy playing the most are the classes where you have to actively manage your resources, hunters with focus and rogues with energy. I like the fact that...
See, I hate that.
Oh, really?
So maybe you'll really like it. Maybe you'll really like it.
Not if you have to build it up and then just spend it. The reason what I love about rogues and hunters is because you've got to consider your rotation, but you've also always got to make sure you have a certain amount in reserve so that you can finish when you need to. But at the same time, you can't let the bar max out, because if you let it max out, then you're basically wasting regeneration. And basically you're wasting free focus or energy. That's what I love. Those are the methods that I absolutely love. Are you saying that maybe Shadow Priest might be like that now, or is it completely different?
It's weird. When you hit Insanity form, right? Let me just explain it real quickly. I won't go into too much detail of it. When you hit Insanity form, you get 100 Insanity. This spell gives you 20 Insanity. Okay, 20 out of 100 Insanity. This spell gives you 30 Insanity. 50 out of 100. When you hit 100 Insanity, your Insanity starts slowly decreasing. As your Insanity decrease, this speeds up over time, so you lose Insanity faster and faster.
Yes.
But the faster you lose Insanity, the more haste you gain, so you can cast spells faster, you do more damage. Spells like Mind Blast have a reduced cooldown.
So is it like kind of a sort of a balance between that? Do you have to balance it?
No, you just want to stay in Insanity form as long as physically possible. So you just want to spam every spell that you possibly can that gives more Insanity. So you just pump it out, and eventually the Insanity is going to decrease so quickly that even if you're spamming spells, you can't keep up.
Okay.
So that's kind of how it works, and I just don't like that, mainly because I PvP, and I know what's going to happen is I will go in my Shadow Priest, I will build my Insanity up, I'll hit Insanity form, and they go, oh lol, this guy's just gone into his Void form or whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah.
Let's just stun him. I get stunned for 5 seconds, and there goes my Insanity. And
so you're basically annoyed about these changes from a PvP perspective.
Yeah, and in PvE it seemed pretty boring when I was trying on a target dummy.
Okay. You play Shadow Priest in PvP?
Yeah, that's my main.
Oh, I thought you played Disc.
No, I used to, and then I played Shadow Priest and Arms Warrior. That's the thing I'm interested to see is Arms Warrior.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's basically my feelings for Legion and all that.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It's all right. To go back to answer the original question, I do want to play it. I'm not super duper hyped about it. I will say that my favourite expansion ever was, by a considerable margin, by the way, was Burning Crusade. So I'm really interested to go back and kind of see where they're going to go with those things, with the Illidan storyline and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will say I am more excited about this than I am normally for what. I mean, I wasn't particularly stoked about the idea of Miss Pandaria, apart from the fact that they finally brought my favourite pandas ever into the game. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. If it could be more like Legion. I mean, what have they... I'm sure they've come up with their usual spiel. Have they said we're going to try and get this back to what made World of Warcraft great? Have they said they're going to be focusing more on hardcore content or what?
Not specifically. I think the idea of this expansion is that they wanted to make... They wanted to... I remember them saying something along the lines of is that they want to make classes feel more special.
Okay.
And also they want to make Legion feel like you are on a journey and you're doing the journey yourself, kind of thing. Because you get to pick where you get to quest and all that. You can do any zone in any order.
Yeah. Well, as I said in the first podcast, I find that the stories tend to really suffer in MMOs. So anything they're trying to do to improve the story experience is fantastic. What I will say is that I am not a fan of these artifact weapon thingies. I think they should be kind of left as like mythological, legendary items. I really don't like the fact that players are going to be able to get their hands on Ashbringer, for instance. Tyrion's sword. I don't know why. I never asked for that. I didn't ask for this. Adam Jensen, what are you doing? But
yeah, I don't really understand the premises behind that, because my favorite thing in an expansion was always getting a new weapon, especially on a warrior. When you got a new weapon on a warrior, you know, you were wham, you were beating people up.
Yeah.
And now I don't get that opportunity anymore.
Also, are these weapons going to be something that you level with? Because that'll sort of, I reckon, take.
Yeah, you get the weapon at level 90.
Well, then what?
Literally, you get a quest. Like, it's probably a bit more colourful than this, but on the alpha, it's pretty black and white. You log in. This bird dude flies over to you and goes, "Hey, but you want a shiny weapon, don't you?"
A bird dude? Is it Medivh? Is Medivh back? No, wait.
No,
Okay.
it's not. I don't know who it was. I didn't recognise the name.
Okay.
But you basically do a quest chain which takes between, depending on what class you're doing it on, I would say between 35 minutes and an hour, and then you get your artifact. And then when you do dungeons, when you do certain quests, world drops as well. Drop these things which increase the eye level of your item and stuff like this, so it like powers up with you.
So all right, okay. So the item at the very least does level with you, and it's not just like I'm going to throw this away.
No, yeah, you won't throw it away.
Have they said whether it'll work as like an end game weapon or not really?
Oh God, sorry, hang on. Yeah, I don't mean level 90. I mean level 100.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
100
Okay.
yeah. I got really confused then. Sorry, will it work as an end game weapon? Yeah.
Okay, well at least that's something then, because I would be really annoyed if they just like, this is the most legendary weapon, like, you know, Ashbringer and Doomhammer and everything, and oh yeah, you're just gonna throw that one away for a level 100 blue.
No. You have 110 blue, you mean?
110 blue, excuse me.
Yeah. It's literally going to be the only weapon used for that entire expansion. It's going to have its own talent tree and everything.
Okay, well that at least I'm quite interested by that. Yeah, I know about the talent tree. That is interesting. If they really do mean that you're going to keep that weapon all the way from 100 to 110 and beyond.
No, just this expansion.
Yeah, okay, fine, but 100 and 110 and endgame.
Oh, yes.
Expansion,
Yeah, that's how it works, yes.
God, are we really up to level 110?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's ridiculous.
It's getting absurd, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you pre-purchased it? Have you got your free level 100?
Oh, yes.
What did you spend?
I don't want to talk about it. It was like the biggest waste of £50 I've ever done in my life.
Well, you're still going to get the... What did you spend? What class?
A hunter.
Brilliant.
Literally, I was getting angry one day that I was getting killed in PvP by a hunter that I just couldn't catch, so I made one, and then realised that they're the most boring class to play in the game.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, that's great. It's literally a 3-button rotation. Like, why, Blizzard? Why would you let that be, like, the top DPS in this game?
Was this 3-button rotation for PvP, or are we talking about PvE now?
Both.
Oh, okay. What spec are you playing?
For PvP, I was playing Beastmaster and Survival, and PvE, you're an idiot if you play anything except Marksman these days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Marksman is literally like, when you have your 4-set bonus, aim shot no longer has a cast time.
Oh, wow. That's ridiculous.
And then you just make sure you do Chimera shot when it comes off cooldown.
Right.
So you're pretty much just slapping your deck on the keyboard. And
That's a delightful image, thank you.
If you don't move, you do more damage. So you literally stand still and hit aim shot and Chimera shot, and then to recharge your energy, you use steady shot, I think it's called. So, yeah. It's great.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. That's your answer your question there. Yeah, looking forward to it. Not super duper excited. We'll see how it plays out. If they can kind of put more of an effort into if they're going to channel Burning Crusade, then yeah, I'll be more excited for it than I am now. But we have to wait and see, and I know it's still a long way off. Okie dokie. Shall we end it there?
Yeah, I think that's good, man. I think I am done.
Okay, great. So if you do have any questions for next week, you can leave them in either of our YouTube channels, because this is going to be, after this stream is finished, we will be uploading these to our YouTube channels. I'll be uploading it to my YouTube channel under the name of Hackbeard, and you can also find me on Twitter at Hackbeard_. And my brother has been Pvt Wiggles, and Mr. Wiggles, where can people find you on the Wild Wide Webs?
So for Twitch TV, it's twitch.tv/Pvt Wiggles. For YouTube, it's youtube.com/Pvt Wiggles. And for Twitter, it's Pvt Wiggles TV.
Okay, I think we're done here.
Cool.
So yeah, for now, everybody, adieu, and we'll see you next week.
See you later. Bye.